Welcome back to Westbridge Hills, episode 20, with me, MrSealyp. Hello again, and it's nice to have you back on Westbridge Hills. I'm up at the store again. I spend a lot of my time up here. We've got something interesting happening today. It's 8:47 in the morning, and it's dawned on me I've been using the same tractors quite a lot. You might have just seen something through there actually. We are doing a sugar beet harvest today. My money has dropped. I bought a field, I bought a piece of machinery that's outside at the moment, and I'm going to buy another piece of machinery right now. It's in tractors. I wanted to save for a quad track, but they're not cheap. Really not cheap. But what I've decided to do is get Big Bud's little brother. So I'm going to get the Big Bud 450. 225,000, which isn't too bad considering it's a 500 horsepower tractor. There are no mods available, no alterations you can make. You can't improve that or increase that horsepower. That's how it comes, 500 horsepower. So I'm going to buy it. Doesn't leave us with a lot of money, but we'll have harvests coming in and all sorts of things happening. It'll all be fine. Now what I'd also bought, and if you remember back a few episodes ago, I leased the Brent Avalanche auger wagon. It is the 1596, and I leased the tracked version, which I really liked, but I thought I'd go for a wheeled version. Makes it a little bit easier dealing with wheels. I haven't got anything else with tracks. I've got none of the caterpillars or anything like that, so you know, I'm not an expert. If I have problems with tracks I might struggle, but anyway, so I've got this. It's 53,000 litre capacity or something. It's huge and I really liked it, so I've bought one. Because I'm doing the sugar beet harvest, I'm going to need something big to get the sugar beet off the field, but I need something big to pull it, and I've used the Big Bud 747 a lot, so I thought we'd go with this younger brother, the 450, 500 horsepower. Wow. Right, let's jump in this. I love that fan moving straight away. How cool is that? Prop shaft turning in there? No. Well, as soon as you move, isn't it, of course? Wow, okay, anyway, sorry. Sidetracked, let's have a look inside. Very nice. I mean, it's not sparse, is it? Let's be honest, there's a lot going on in there. A lot. Now, we've been very lucky today. When I did the last sugar beet harvest, it was down on field 5 or 6, I think it was, down the bottom of the hill, and a very small field. And I leased the Holmer. What did I lease? The Holmer T4-40. It was the short version, like a small compact version, because it was a small field. I thought, you know, that'd be fine. And very luckily for us, or for me, on the farm, the next town over, there's a company called Kuster Sons Agricultural Machinery. And their logo is big on agriculture, low on price. I like that, it's quite cool. And they deal mostly in Holmer equipment, but they do have lots of other agricultural machinery. And what they've done very kindly today is they've brought over a couple of the T4-40s, because we're doing a big sugar beet harvest today. I say big, I mean it's a biggish field, field 10. So they said because I'd used the T430, I could try out the T430's big brother, the T440, bigger capacity, longer. I've got the wide headers again, and they've sent over a couple of guys from Kuster Sons Agricultural Machinery to help us out, which is fantastic. That's going to be absolutely brilliant and should hopefully make very light work of this field. But these are amazing bits of equipment. They are huge. So there we go. Yeah, very lucky. The Kuster Sons kind of, I say advert, billboard, that'll come up on the screen now. There you go. Kuster Sons Agricultural Machinery. Big on agriculture, low on price. Why can't I say that? Big on agriculture. I don't know. Regardless, anyway. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to get the sugar beet harvest finally done over here. I don't know how long it will take. It could well take the whole episode. We'll see how this pans out. We'll be using the Big Bud 450 and the Brent Avalanche to clear it off the field. And round the corner, I think I brought over. Yes, I have. Ready to go. We've got the BsM 950 Legend with the BsM trailer. The big long one. So we'll see how much sugar beet we got off this. Now, I may be taking this down into the town. I've got that big kind of warehouse, really, where I was dumping all the sugar beet on the floor. I may do that. I may sell it. We'll see what the price is like at the time, and we'll go from there. But that's what's going to be happening. So, Kuster & Sons, thank you very much. We'll get cracked on. So what I'll do first of all is jump up into this. Wow, complicated. I don't suppose it's much different to the T4-30 in the cab. It's just a shorter vehicle, isn't it? What I will try and do, if I can get the workers to work together, we'll see how this pans out. We'll do what we tried before with the harvesters and get them to go up the middle, and then hopefully they'll both turn away from each other. Trying to get this kind of centralised perfectly is going to be almost impossible. But we'll give it a go. Once I've set it all up, then we'll let the workers... Not that I don't trust them, you know. Just like things done a certain way. Sounds awful, doesn't it? Right, let's open this header up. Wow, that's the, is it HR12? I think it's the HR12. Let me just have a quick look in here, shall we? Under beet harvesting. So we've got, what have we, there we go, the Terra T4-40. And it's the HR12 header we went with, much bigger. It's very kind of them. Yeah, they do, they also have this, Kuster & Sons, the Terra Eco. That's if you want to dump the sugar beet on the floor and then collect it up later. They do the Terra variant as well, I think. They've got a whole load of Holmer stuff. It's fantastic. Go and check them out. Go and see. Anyway, let's open this up. I think we're pretty much ready to go on machine 1. As machine 2 slots into place next to it. I'm not sure how close these are going to be able to get, but we'll see. Might miss a little bit in the middle. I don't want these to hit or have a collision. Let's see. So, let's get them started. Don't want that unloading into the other one. Shouldn't do it that way around. Should be fine. Okay, well, they're off. That's an impressive sight, isn't it? Wow. The size of those headers. Just look amazing, don't they? We'll see what they do when they get to the bottom. Hopefully, they will turn away from each other. Now, that's peculiar. How have they all of a sudden missed a bit? They were perfectly in line. How bizarre. Now they're back again. I'll have to clear that up later on. It's a tiny bit. Let's see what happens. they're going to knock into each other. Ah, look at that. The Holmer Ballet. A wonderful sight to behold. They are filling up very quickly, so I'm going to have to go and get the Avalanche, I think, so I can unload them. One will be on the right side, one will be on the wrong side, typically. That's always how it works. I have no idea why. I'm saying this might take the whole episode. It's not going to take the whole episode, is it? Let's be honest. Look, they do seem pretty evenly spaced as well. Brilliant. Okay, well. Nearly full grain tanks. Beacons are on. Trouble is I'm so busy I'm just watching, mesmerised. Okay, the big bud's up and running. I've opened up the pipe on the Brent Avalanche. I've opened up the cover. Let's go and unload these, shall we? That sounds nice. Probably come at this completely the wrong way, haven't I? I need to be the other way around. Have I got enough room to turn round? That's the question. Without going over the crops. I have. Nice. Okay, right. Actually, this is going to fill this straight away, isn't it? I'm going to get a lot of sugar beet off here. Oh. Please tell me this takes sugar beet and it's not just grain. Hang on. Oh, I feel like such a fool. Turns out, and again this is one of those you're probably looking at the screen going, what is he doing? The chaser bins will only take like grain type crops. It won't take sugar beet. So I bought this lovely thing, not necessarily just for this specific purpose. I can use it when I do the soybean harvest. In actual fact, it's probably going to be essential when I do the soybean harvest. But I can't use it today, which is a bit of a nightmare. I've got two full Holmers, and yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get on the blower to Kuster Sons and see if they've got. You can get a sugar beet tank, I think, for the Holmer Terra variant. I've got the grain tank and I've got the slurry tank. But they do a sugar beet tank, like an auger bin, but for sugar beet. I don't think the capacity is as big, but if they can help me out, that would be absolutely fantastic. I've stood here for a little while, just watching the world go by. It's been about half an hour, I suppose. I guess. What time is it now? 9:43. Yeah. And they have just. Where are we? They have just delivered it. It's my Terra variant, but they bought the back. So we've got a sugar beet tank. Oh, they are absolute lifesavers. So yeah, it's like no different to the grain one really, but it's just takes sugar beet instead. So I get the yeah. Bearing in mind I just bought this this as well, didn't I? The Big Bud 450. Because I needed something to pull. I mean, at the end of the day, it will get used. It's just a bit. I'm gutted. Put that pipe in. Close the cover. Not going to need that for a little while. This can go down back to the farm. Just put it up here for the moment. Take that later. Oh, so frustrating. Right, okay. Let's get this done. This is going to take a few loads though. This is what I meant way back when I said about the Holmer Terra variant being a fantastically priced tractor unit for the horsepower capacity and the fact it's got a 3-point link at the back and everything you can do with it. It's an incredibly versatile bit of machinery and not too expensive to buy compared to other tractors, which is what's made it worth its weight in gold. There we go, that's better. Much better. Although this will fill up before the tank on this empties. So it's going to take a few loads. Plus I'm going to fill up my semi really quickly. What's this take? 36,000 litres? 35,000 litres, and that holds 40 something. So wow, okay. What I will do, bear with me, I'm going to bring the truck round the front because that's going to be a bit easier, I think, than having to go all the way over here. I suppose it depends where they stop when they unload. That's going to be another issue for me to worry about. Still loving this. The sound this thing makes is brilliant. That should do. Okay. So bearing in mind this is a 70,000 litre trailer, this is 35,000 litres, so 2 loads off of this, the sugar beet tank will fill this trailer. That warehouse is going to be absolutely bursting with sugar beet. Actually, what's it going for? Let's have a quick look. Sugar beet is going for next to nothing. What have we got? 276 is the best price there at the mill. Wow. Mind you, the amount of it I've got, I could probably make an absolute fortune. What I also found quite interesting, and I found this interesting as the 2 harvesters stopped, was they both started off at the same point. They both went down together, they both turned together, they both came up. One stopped just to the left there where you can see. I'll place an arrow to it. Another one stopped all the way up there. It's interesting, isn't it? Mind you, that could account for that strip down there that it missed, I suppose. Potentially. Right. So with 10,000 left in there, these must hold 45,000 litres then. If I took 35,000 out, 10 left. See, my maths is brilliant. Well, that's filling up. Let's set this one back up. These guys from Kuster Sons, it's very kind of them to come over. Awesome to bring the machinery. I can't really complain. The actual sugar beet tank I had to lease. I think I was pushing my luck. They brought over both these bits of machinery and let me use them for the day for free, give them a run out and see what they're like. I think they think I'm going to buy one. When I asked if they could help me out with the sugar beet tank, I think that was a step too far. So we are down in the warehouse, and the sugar beet pile is growing. I mean, it doesn't look that big. It's a big warehouse, but there's a lot of sugar beet here. I have no idea how much. There's what I got off the field from before, which was the field just behind us, field 6 originally, which is a very small field. If you look at field 6 and then look at field 10, right kind of in the centre, yeah, you can see how much more we're going to get off of field 10. I'm going to bring it all down here, then I'm going to decide what I'm going to do with it. The price isn't great at the moment. I might do what I did before with the potatoes. I think I mentioned that as well. I might get the equipment and box it all up, put it onto pallets, then we can take it to sell somewhere else maybe, rather than here at the maybe take it to another state, somewhere else where it's cheaper, where they're giving more money. We'll see. Right, let's get this back up, because it's saying up there, helper I, is it? Has a full grain tank. There's no surprise there. Let's get up there and help them unload. While I'm driving up, if you've been watching the new kind of Let's Play MrSealyp on tour, hope you're enjoying it. I'm thoroughly enjoying making it. I have to say, working alongside CLEG, certainly life is not boring with her. I think they've all stopped up the top. And we'll be visiting different people. I will talk more about that on those actual videos, but I hope you're enjoying them. From the comments we're getting and the feedback, people are loving it. Some people don't. I'm getting quite a few dislikes, but then, you know, it's that kind of, it's a bit of insanity, isn't it, in a serious world. Well, luckily they've all stopped up here. That's actually really quite handy. Right, let's unload the last bit from here. See how we get on. So once I've taken the load out of this, these will start off again, but that's not a problem. It only leaves 10,000 in the tank. It just means I have to unload it a lot quicker again. I've got to try and keep up with these guys. It's the trouble having two of these running, because they're obviously very experienced machine operators. They know what they're doing. as you can see, the two harvesters are now on their pretty much last couple of strips, and they'll be done. I've taken 5 loads already with the 70,000 litre trailer, so that's 350,000 litres of sugar beet already, and then whatever I get off of here. Now the thing about it is, I said about you can make a lot of money because it's quantity. Average price is about $250 dollars for 1,000 litres. So to get $1,000 you need 4,000 litres. So if you take the amount of litres you got, divide it by 4, that'll be how much you'll get. I'm at 350,000 litres at the moment. I reckon I'll be about 400,000 litres roughly, and then there's whatever was on the floor before. If I divide that by 4, I'm only going to get about $100,000 for all the sugar beet, maybe a little bit more. Now luckily Kuster Sons brought these over free of charge. If I'd have leased these, they are knocking on 50 grand, about 47,000 for the harvester and the header to lease. Yeah, so on this field I technically wouldn't have made any money at all in leasing these 2 bits of equipment. It sped up the process, but I wouldn't have made as much. So yeah, it's a tricky dilemma, that one. I'm just lucky it didn't actually cost me anything. But anyway, I'm going to take the big bud back while they're finishing off. Find somewhere for the Brent Avalanche to go, and park the big bud up in the large barn shelter, and then we'll use the Avalanche when we do the next soybean harvest. That kind of makes more sense. That wasn't error of judgment on my part. Let's close that back up. This is quite big, isn't it? Maybe in the end one, if I can get round. Should go under there. I've become acutely aware that every now and again, when I'm thinking to myself, I am still kind of narrating but mumbling. I need to be a little bit more vocal with my musings. That's assuming people want to hear my musings. They probably don't. Still got the Seed Hawk. That's got a ton of seed in it, so that's leased at the moment, but I'm going to keep hold of it because I've got more seeding to do. Field 10, which is just finished, is going to need cultivating and seeding, so it's worth keeping it. Right, let's park this up next to its big bruv and get back over to the field. Literally as we arrived on site, the first one has finished. So let's fold the header. What have we got in there? 29,000 litres. Actually, this can probably... I'm going to press the wrong button again. Keep doing this. So I'll unfold the pipe. I'll unload this straight into the lorry from here. It seems pointless going into the kind of chaser bin on the back of the Terra variant. Mind you, is that from reach? I think I can drop that down, can't I? Yes, I can. Perfect. And the other one, I think, unless it's got another tiny strip to do, is almost done as well. Hopefully, whatever it's got in there, we can get them both into this trailer. Hopefully. Done. I was going to say worth its weight in gold, but then, like I say, looking at the prices and what I'm selling at, had I've leased them, if you own them, if you've got enough money to own one, and say for example I decided from now on I'm just going to be a beet farmer, just sugar beet, that's all I'm going to do. Every one of these fields has sugar beet in. It would be well worth investing in these, because the amount of sugar beet you would get, yes, it doesn't pay very much, but you would pay for your equipment. It would take a while. It would take a few seasons, absolutely, to do that, but you could do it. Pull it out. And open it a little bit further. Perfect. Unload this one as well. I'll park them both up where they started off. And the guys from Kuster can take them away. A job well done. Those beets have been sitting there for a while waiting to be harvested. The rest of the fields over here have got the soy in. They're growing at the moment. Field 20 needs seeding, and now field 10 will as well. I think I'm going to put OSR, I think. Oh, it did all go in, that's brilliant. I think I'm going to put OSR in field 10. Let's fold that up. And I suppose it did its job. I didn't have it for very long, but it worked. That's what I needed. Fold that away. I'll just park this up, not the whole vehicle obviously, just the trailer. And that's all theirs to come and get whenever they are ready. So, let's see what we're looking at. It's not going to be far off full, I don't think. 62,000 litres. So, with the 350 already, that puts us at 412,000 litres off of that field. 412,000 litres, that's crazy. Like I say, divide that by 4, it's only just over $100,000 if I sell it, and the price is roughly 250. One of the places was 276, so maybe a little bit more than that. I think I've got plenty. I think I put some down for the pigs already, so this will go into storage, and then we'll sell it or box it up, or we'll do something. We'll do something with it anyway. But I just want to show you before we finish off, the warehouse and the sugar beet mountain. I think that's what we'll call it from now on, sugar beet mountain. If I just park, oh, this way, isn't it? This way. Sure to hit the roof. I'll into that last bit in a minute. Let's have a look. Yeah, see how much more is here from when we first started. The pile was here originally, and now this is a lot of sugar beet. A lot. I'm trying to think back. Was it about 112,000 litres I did originally? I'm trying to think back to the episode when I did the first field. So I could be looking at in excess of 500,000 litres here, I think. That's a lot of sugar beet. Anyway. Wow. What a busy episode. We got plenty done. Anyway, I say plenty done. We got the sugar beet field done, which is what we need to do. We've used a couple of bits of equipment, I bought some new equipment, and we now have a mountain. But, unfortunately, that's it from me for another episode on Westbridge Hills. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it interesting. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.